Straight a sentimental little girl looking crazy. Homie got her turn up, got me high off that Daisy. You don't know me like I do. Turn a fake to a real one. Got my crew going, hey ma. They do whatever I do. You be thinking I'm crazy. If you only knew me, crazy won't even faze me. A little time with me, you be daisy. Do whatever I can, honey, I'm amazing.
NYC is what we reppin', so if you ain't from here, so you should get it steppin'. And we spittin' bars straight from the start. Cause you can't, cause you ain't, cause you late. So just wait, cause I ain't talking about you, cause I'm talking about the devil. Cause I left the world behind and now we became rebels. We used to smoke trees, now we found the G.O.D. Cause we used the faith and now we broke free, putting God up, the devil down. And now we NYC here reppin' YPG, we're here now. So what's up? So what's up?
A little time with me will be enough for you. Even though I'm little, I got enough competition lined up for you. Too much fire going in my veins. From a young lost lady now to glorifying God's name.
New life, new change, nothing was the same. Doing his will, follow his plan. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be who I am.
Life Worth Living 2.0. We are live right now. It's 10:04. And thank you very much to YPG New York Queens for that music video they made from scratch in the blistering cold, wind, snow, below zero temperatures, but they made it happen. Now, Bruna, for those who are just tuning in, what are we talking about?
So today we are, I forgot about this.
One of her many,
I'm
many,
sorry,
but
I'm
one
so
of her
sorry.
bad habits is being so horribly forgetful. I'm going to talk about one of my bad habits today, but before I talk about me, let's talk about her. Her memory is horrible. But when I talk about horrible, I'm talking about like super, super bad.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes ago. What did I just say? No, I don't know. I'm
yes.
sorry.
I mean,
feel free to defend yourself.
It's not something that I choose to do. It's just something that how my brain works. So it's not actually like my fault.
It has gone into the clinical stage right now. It's not even like no, she's just distracted.
No, I really have a hard time.
It's something that requires some medical attention, but I hope this will change soon. So we want to know about you. What are your bad habits? Okay, and if it's something silly like you forget everything, or it's something more serious, let us know here in the comments below. I have Guy Lan from YPG Canada, Annabelle Fuentes from our branch in Port St. Lucie, and who else?
And I have Rebecca Faria from YPG Orlando. And also what you can do right now, you can share the link of this video with all of your friends and invite them to watch as well. Copy the link, post it on your page, and invite them all to watch this show, because I'm sure it's gonna help someone, right?
Exactly. You never know who you might be helping. So right now we're gonna go for our first break. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the help event, which will be happening soon in a YPG near you. If you are someone who needs help, or if you've been on the other side, you know how it feels like. You know how it feels to feel alone, secluded, kind of get isolated. You ended up harming yourself in one way or another. Whether you cut or whether you starved yourself, whether you just isolated out from everybody, you did not speak to your friends, family. There are many ways where self-harm can manifest itself, but we're doing this to raise awareness and also to do something about it, to fight back and not just cross our arms and watch as so many people get cut off from our society. Let's watch. So this is a sad but true reality, Bruna, but it's something that we are going to do something about, and we want you to join in. Right now, what I want for you to do is join the YPG Nation and share the link of this show with your friends, with your family. Right now, we are live. It's not a pre-recorded show. It's 10:08 p.m. and we're live here from Miami. I have good news for all those here in Miami. Tomorrow we are going to be taking YPG to school. So we are going to be visiting a school, and we're going to be taking one of our very own out there to this school in Opa-locka. We'd like to thank very much Miss Maria Torres, who has been opening this door for us. And we thank you so much for your help and your support. And we're going to be going to this school tomorrow, and we're going to have Ray, which is from our YPG in North Miami. He's going to be sharing a little bit about his story, about how he overcame drugs, how he overcame addiction, and today how he's working. He has plans for college. I mean, it's a total life change. And it all happened while he started attending here, the YPG.
And you know why it's so important for you guys to share the link of this video with your friends? Because I believe there's a bunch of friends that do not come to the YPG. Friends you have in school, and we have been going to the schools for like some months. And we have been seeing many of the youths, they're facing like deep problems. Problems like you guys, if you go, you're gonna be like, whoa, hold
Yeah, it's
on.
some serious hardcore issues. It's not a joke. It's just like, these are some crazy things that are happening to the people that you would never expect. You're not gonna look at that girl and say, man, she has some issues. No, you just think that they're just normal people. And even when you ask them, say, no, I'm okay, I'm good. Lies, but it's all changing, and we already have even people who have been attending our I'll not call it lecture, but like our workshops there in the YPG schools, and they already come to the YPG because of that. And it's something that is opening a lot of doors for those who don't really know what else to do or where else to reach out. If you are from a school that you want us to take it to you guys, so please inbox us here or even right there on the comments below. Right now the comments are looking kind of slow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it's my Facebook that's acting up, but
no, it's kind of slow. So come on guys, put here your opinion. What is your bad habits? That's the topic of the week that my husband just helped me out.
Okay, I have Daisha Guerrero saying, God bless you, keep it up, doing a great job, thank you very much. I have here FJU Bogotá, Colombia, thank you para todos los hermanos ahí de Colombia, muchas gracias. I have here Melissa saying hashtag YPG Fort Lauderdale, and also Mayra Sanchez saying hashtag YPG. Do you have any more? My comments are slow, like super slow. I think we have more people logging in. Who else is logging in? I mean, you don't need to necessarily comment, but just logging in, just showing your face here already means a lot to us.
Yeah, and for you guys that were not watching the show yesterday, now we have something new. When you comment, your comment's gonna be shown down here on the bottom of your screen, so you can.
Yeah, but just the good comments. I mean, if you and I have a special comment here. It's not really a comment, but something for you to chew on at the end of the show. I'm gonna tell you at the end, but. Right now, here at camera 3 for me, I'm gonna let the world know about a bad habit that I have after this break, okay? Right now, we're gonna go talk about our night vigil happening this Friday at your local YPG branch. If you wanna know a bad habit that I have, stay tuned right after this break. Friday, we're going to be having blocks coming together and having this epic night vigil that's going to be taking place in yellow block, blue block, red block, and black block. Each block with their regional branch, and throughout the U.S., whether you're watching me from New York, California, in Georgia, in Texas, wherever there is a YPG there present, they will be having this very special night that I'm sure it's going to be your origin story. Everything has a beginning, right?
Yeah.
You know, every now and again we have these superhero movies that talk all about how they came out of this and this bit me or this happened to me and all that stuff. And because of that happening, a tremendous change took place. You are not going to become the next superhero, but something extraordinary can and will happen to those who attend this meeting for sure. Now, we have a guest tonight on Skype. Her name is Victoria. Is she on the line? Is she there? I don't. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get. There she is. Victoria, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you, Pastor?
Good evening. What state are you from?
Texas.
Texas. So we have. Are you originally from Texas, or are you just living there?
No, I'm originally.
Okay, so we have a true Texan here with us on the show today, and she is gonna tell us a little bit about her story. Now, before we go into your story, Victoria, do you have a bad habit that you're working on, trying to get rid of?
Oh yes, definitely. I have a bunch of bad habits.
So now you have the stage. Let's go full screen. Come on. There we go. Victoria, break the news. Let us know, what is the bad habit?
One of my bad habits is honestly my discipline with my eating. It's one of actually my godlywood tasks where I have to eat better and discipline to actually say no to bad food.
All right, so staying away from the chocolate or putting the fries down has been a problem for you, okay? It's not, you're not alone, but let's work on it. Now, speaking, I promised you guys that I was going to tell you about a bad habit that I have. And this bad habit really, really annoys her.
Which one?
And among other people. But one bad habit that I have is, ever since I made the change from Android to iPhone, I have a problem with taking people's chargers. Because I'm always running low on juice. My phone's almost always dead. I use it a lot. I use it for work. I use it for so many things. And I'm always asking, hey, do you have a charger? You have a charger? And 9 out of 10 times I forget to return. I don't do it purposefully.
No, that's not the problem. I don't know where he puts the chargers, because I believe he might have a store where he sells the chargers that he takes from people.
But she also would say, how can I put this? I don't know where I put it. She can't find it. And then we end up asking somebody else. So, no, word to the wise, if you are around me, I might lose your charger. Do not
give it to him.
Do not lend me your charger.
By the way,
only the people who usually lend me your charger keep doing it. Please help me.
By the way,
yes.
Did you get my charger?
Yes, it's upstairs.
Okay.
So we have this is a bad habit I'm trying to work on. I have already purchased numerous chargers so that I will not be asking
You'll be lending to people.
So I have a charger in the office, I have a charger in my bag, I have a charger in my car, I'm trying to carry a power bank. That has been my way of trying to cope with the bad habit. Let's see here. Any bad habits on the comments?
I have here Victor da Silva saying biting my nails. I think he's the only person that put the...
Moses Lanza saying, I know the experience. By this experience, he's talking about me borrowing your charger and not giving it back. Again, we don't do this out of ill will. It's just so many chargers, so little time.
I have here Vivi Cuero saying, I have a bad habit of not eating on time. Vivi, my eyes on you, my friend. You better eat on time.
Annabelle Fuentes saying, I have a bad habit of not charging my phone, and it drives my husband crazy. Yes, it drives your husband and every other husband crazy. It's not only him. Who else we have? I think that's for now. I have Valentino Colthris, who has the bad habit of eating everything in front of him, and many others.
Is it Tino from New
Yes, Tino from New York has this bad habit. I believe he's working on that. So let's go back to Victoria. Victoria, please. You're from which branch in Texas?
From the Shepherd brand.
Shepherd branch. Big shout out to all the guys out there in Shepherd. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 5150 North Shepherd Drive.
Exactly.
That is right. So, no bingo for the guys out there in Shepherd. If you live in the area, 5150 North Shepherd Drive is a place for you to go.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Victoria. Did you share the link of the video with your friends? Because I don't see anybody from Texas here. Where are your friends? They're not watching the show. Come on. She's just sharing right now. She forgot
right
to share.
now she's sharing. Everybody share. Let's make this thing happen. I have Daisha saying, my bad habit is always running late. That can drastically affect your life. Be very careful with that. Stop it as soon as possible. I have
the first one from Texas. Is me. Is this her name?
If I'm not mistaken, this is Leanne Ledesma.
Oh, hi,
Leanne's watching us from Texas. Thank you very much, Leanne, for watching us. And enough with the comments. Let's get to the chase. Victoria, tell us a little bit about what was your struggle. Did you ever struggle with things like self-harm and things like that?
For a while, for a long time, I did actually. It was one of the things that it first started me with my depression. That's one of the first things I actually started was self-harming. It took a while before anybody found out actually.
But
not even my
did something happen to trigger the depression? Like out of the blue, you just were a depressed kid? How did that happen?
Well, I never really had a reason to be depressed. I mean, my parents gave me everything. I was always surrounded by people. I mean, I was kind of a outgoing person, so nobody ever would understand why is it I would do that. But whenever my grandmother had died, I snapped out of nowhere, and I just had some really crazy depression, and I would just cut myself, not feel any better or that it would help, but it would just be something that I would do. I mean, and it was hard to explain to people too. Like if anybody ever found out, like one of my friends, it was hard for me to explain to them why I did it because I felt like that they would judge me. And then because I didn't even know why I did it, you know.
Now, were you close to your grandma, like really, really close?
Yeah, I was really close to her.
And that just like took the ground right beneath your feet, and you did not know how to handle that. Was that the first experience of losing a family member?
Well, it wasn't so much so. I think the actual experience of losing her, if not, it was more that was adding to it, but it was more of because following up to that event, I was having problems with my parents because I had started just being rebellious, like I fought with them a lot, and then in my head I started to think, they don't love me, and nobody. I thought my family was rejecting me, So whenever she had died, a thought came into my head, well, you're like, you don't have anybody else that likes you. Okay, nobody else is left.
Bruna has a question here for you. Go ahead.
Hold on here. I lost the question that I had.
Okay, remember about the bad habit of not remembering things. It's part of it. It happens. But Victoria, you said that you felt sometimes unloved. You felt misunderstood by your friends and family. Was there something that you would use to escape, or just vent a little bit? What was your weapon of choice, if we could put it that way?
Well, you could say cutting I had first started, but then it was one of those things where I had left that once I found out, about the drugs and everything. It was one of those things where I would hide myself with the drugs. It was one of those things where started with weed, and then I went to LSD, to Xanax, to all those things, just to what was inside of me. I didn't know what was going on, and I was trying to push it away. And while I was high, while I was drunk, while I was doing, distracting myself, it was easier for me to just forget about it all.
Now you went to the extreme of using LSD. LSD for you guys who don't know, some crazy drug that makes you hallucinate, that makes you lose a sense of reality. How hooked were you on LSD?
Well, when I give my testimony, you know, not really on air and stuff, but when I tell my friends, you know, when I tell people that I talk to about my testimony, I usually tell them about this one time, because a lot of people that don't have addictions or, you know, that don't really understand, it's hard to
I want you to tell us your worst trip on LSD, but I'll talk about like real trip on LSD.
Well, I used to take it during school, right? And I remember that it was easy for me to get because I was in that crowd. I had people that would give it to me for free. So it was one of those things where, for that one drug, over everything that I had ever taken, I took that drug and I would put myself into it, if that makes sense. Like, I would actually hide myself into it. There was one time where I took it for 2 weeks straight, and I was tripping for 2 weeks straight. And that became, within those 2 weeks, that became my reality. And that's why I loved that drug so much, because when I was there, I wasn't here. I was so out of myself that it was one of those things where it gave me, you know, comfort that I was there. And it was so crazy that once I had come back from that trip for 2 weeks straight, I wanted to kill myself, because it was one of those things.
You were on an acid trip for 2 weeks nonstop?
Yes.
Wow, that is a crazy trip, Bruna.
Yeah, now I have a question.
Yeah.
After those 2 weeks, when the effect of the drugs like were gone, how did you feel?
I was depressed. I was worse than when I first started. It was one of those things where I felt like I lost my identity forever. Honestly, it was one of those things where within those 2 weeks, and it wasn't just that, it was everything leading up to that. It was just those 2 weeks where I thought, wow, this is, you know, this is fun. And this is going to be like, I thought that getting high was going to make me complete, what was going to make me happy. And once I had put it to the extreme and I found out that even going to the extreme, it didn't get me there, I was like, what's left?
Now, Victoria, a question in terms of you. We talked about the acid. You said you did Xanax. What else?
Marijuana, LSD, Adderall.
Adderall. Now, Adderall is also some like real rush drug. And do you remember doing anything that you regretted, or like you say, whoa, what did I just do? It's like, why did I just do that, or anything like that?
Almost every time I got high. Almost every time I got high, it was as if it was a vicious cycle. As if when I would get high, I would be comfort within me, but then I would do things that once getting off the high, I would be feeling super accused about everything that I had did. I had talked. I would fight with my parents, and it was as if it was something that it would give me and it would take away from me at the same time.
So you felt more used by the drug than the drug used you.
Exactly.
All right. Now, when did you say, no, man, I went too far, or did you get to that point that, because in the beginning it's all fun. No, in the beginning, every drug has its pizzazz, its unique ability to make you forget about your problems or whatever. But when did you realize that bad habit, it wasn't fun anymore? When did you say, you know what, this is not doing it? In the beginning it did it, that's why I kept doing it, but it came a point that you said, you know what, either I'm gonna graduate to a better drug, or I'm just gonna, you know, end my life because this is not doing it. When did you get to that point?
Well, with the drug, it was one of those things where it led me to actually wanting to take my life. I almost took my life once. It was one of those things where I remember being high sometimes and actually talking to my cousin. I would tell her, I would be like, there's an emptiness inside of me that's almost physical. It felt physical. It was so real to me, that the emptiness, the hollow that I was feeling within me. And I would tell her, I tried with guys, I tried with drugs, I tried with going out, I tried with everything. And the fact that the more that I tried and the less I felt better, I felt worse. That would make me desperate to the point where I almost killed myself once.
All right. What did you try to do? You try to OD on Xanax, or what was it?
I actually got a gun and I had put it to my head. And it was one of those things where it was provoked by really nothing. My parents had left the house and I had gotten mad for no reason. So I thought, well, a lot of things were running through my head, and I just grabbed the gun. For no reason, I put it to my head, and then...
Was it loaded or what?
Mm-hmm.
It was a loaded gun. But you were playing like Russian roulette, or what were you doing?
Well, I had my hand on the trigger, and then when I had put it away, because I thought, well, when I had my gun to my head, I'm like, what am I doing? And so I put the gun away, and it just went off by itself.
Oh, the gun went off?
Without me saying...
Did anybody get hurt in the process of that gun going off?
Well, no, my neighbors came over because they were obviously concerned, you know, but other than that.
So that bullet that was meant for you, she got shot by accident, and then that's when, like, when you heard the gunshot, that's when you woke up.
Yeah, that's what I tell people when I tell them about that. It's like, as if once I had the gun, I know I was doing it, I was there doing it, but only until when that gunshot went off, I was like, what was I doing? You know, like, I could have been dead right now.
All right, we want to open up the comments to those of you who are watching us right now. And if you have a question for Victoria, you can write it here in the comments below. And when we come back from this break, we're gonna see the bright side of what happened, and more importantly, how it happened. That's what many of you are questioning, you know. Okay, no, man, this girl went through hell, and right now she seems to be okay, so what did she do? We're gonna find out when we come back.
My face, and I've made mistakes that have only brought me shame. It's myself I blame. I did what I wanted to, never thought there could be me and you. Well, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Forgive me down and when I'm so grateful for your love in me. Situations in my life got me crying out to you. Situations in my life that made me want to be like you. I don't want to be like me. It's enough, 'cause situations in my life make me wanna change and be like even you. So I know I can make it too. I look at myself and I know what I have to do. I will see this through, 'cause everything you said is true. I'm so grateful for all we've been through, yeah. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Forgive me, I'm lost. I'm so grateful for your love in me. I give my life to you. Situations in my life, situations in my life got me crying out to you. Situations in my life that make me want to be like you.
So you have there a beautiful song from our YPG out there in the UK. Thank you very much for the song. Now, Victoria, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Victoria, we heard about the bad, we heard about the ugly side. Now everybody's curious, what happened? What did you do? Because you don't come across right now as being suicidal, addicted to acid, crazy girl, doing some nuts stuff, running around with guns and all that stuff. So tell us, what happened?
Well, obviously I had to get to that point, where I was just done.
So you reached rock bottom, and first of all, what role did the YPG have in your change?
It gave me a family, you know, because coming to the church and obviously burning in there, and at first I didn't want to go to the YPG, but then it was.
Hold on. Can you repeat that, please?
At first, I didn't want to come to the YPG.
One more time.
I did not want to come to the YPG.
Okay, now pause. Look at me, guys. All of you who come to the church and you, for whatever reason, do not want to come to the YPG.
I'm sharing this with some people that
you
I
know who you
right
are.
now.
This is for you. There's a difference between coming to the YPG, coming to the church only and coming to the YPG. Because, Victoria, you used to come to the church already for a while, I believe, right?
Well, it actually about 2 months.
2 months. 2 months is 60 days. That's a long time. And you already were coming, but you did not have that support, which was something that came from the group, right?
Yeah, exactly. The group gave me kind of like, well, not kind of, it gave me a family, you know? It gave me friends, because I was never a friendly person, if that makes sense. Like, I was always around people, but I was really close, you know? I didn't like people. I thought everybody was, like, I would get close to people for them to be around me so I wouldn't feel alone, but I would always think that person doesn't like me, that person has something against me. I was really, like, I wouldn't trust people. And being in the YPG, I found people that I could put my trust in, you know? For the first time in my life, I found friends.
So that we could say was the catalyst to the change in you. That's what gave you the strength to let go of the depression, let go of the drug. Did you change like in a matter of 24 hours, 48 hours? How many hours?
How many hours in like 4 months?
How many months?
4 months.
4 months. And that's something that a lot of people that they come to us and then they say, okay, if I don't change in 24 hours, then I'm leaving. That's not how it works. It's not magic. It's not magic. And you shouldn't even like kind of, I'm not saying that you're not going to demand to see change or progress. You should see progress. You should see change. But you also need to give time to progress. Sometimes, certain you didn't get this screwed up overnight. So don't expect for you to change overnight either. But do expect to see progress unlike you would see anywhere else. That is something that we do see in the YPG because it's we could say it's continuous progress, and you get better and better. And when you slip, somebody's gonna pick you up, and when you fall, somebody's gonna pick you up, and when you take the wrong turn, someone's gonna slap you in the face, and say, hey, wake up, you're going the wrong way. And then you come back to where you need to be. And this is all done because we've been there. We know. The coordinators of the YPG aren't people who are very insensible to what you go through and don't care and just there to boss you around and all that stuff. That's not our style. We know where you are, where you're coming from, because we've been there. We came from the YPG, and that's why we support the YPG. Right? We understand. Now, Victoria, to finish, you came to the YPG. In 4 months, you saw a drastic change, and in a nutshell, what is your life like today?
Well, the biggest thing that I ever received from coming to the church, coming to YPG, I received the Holy Spirit. You know, in 4 months I was baptized with the Holy Spirit. And it was one of those things where from the on, everything changed. It was in that moment that everything that I was feeling inside of me was taken out. In the moment, whenever I received the Holy Spirit, it was like everything that I felt like I didn't want to have, everything I felt like I missed out on, the love that I felt like I never had from my parents, that I never, confidence that I never had, the love that I never had towards myself, I received it in that moment. And that's the biggest, like the most beautiful thing that I had received from coming to church, to YPG. Everybody that helped me with it, it was amazing.
Okay, and can you say that it was it a temporary fix? Because no, you were used to that. You were used to getting high and getting low, and then looking for something else to pick you up. So it was that constant chasing for that fix. You know, I'm going to fix this and fix this. So how does that change from what you have?
What I had before was that it was a fix, something in the moment that I would feel worse after. What I have now is something that's permanent. It's something that keeps me going even in the hard times. You know?
So it's something that you can't put a price on it. You can't label it. It is what it is, and that's why we want you to have this experience. That's why the YPG as a whole throughout the world is engaging in the 21-day fast. It's going to be something that will change your life if you do it right. But you first need to be a part of it. And doing it alone, like for the guy who does it for the first time, is virtually impossible. You need to have someone there to show you, okay, you're not going to do this, but you can do this. Get it? Because most people, chicken out on the fast because they say, I can't do this, I can't do that. The fast is not about what you can't do. It's about what you can do. And Victoria, what would you, to finish here, what would you tell somebody who is currently in the shoes that you used to be in, doing drugs, looking for that fulfillment in guys and parties and clothes? What would you tell them?
I would tell them honestly, throw yourself into the hands of God. Go with it. The same energy that you have to get high, the same energy that you have to go out to look for guys, to look for the things that never fill you, the same energy you have to look in this world for stuff that never is going to help you, look for it in God, because God gives. God gives. You look in this world and you're giving yourself, and that's why you're feeling empty. You're giving so much of yourself to the party, so much of yourself to the drugs, to the things that never give back. They only take away from you. But when you give to God with the same energy that you're giving to the world right now, you're going to receive something bigger than what you're giving, bigger than what you could ever imagine.
And I could not put it in better words. So, Victoria, thank you very much for your time here. I know it's kind of late, but thank you very much for the guys out there in Texas. And don't forget, if you live in the Shepherd area, 5150 North Shepherd Drive is the place for you to be this Sunday at 1 p.m. And I like to extend here a challenge for anybody who does not believe in what she just said. Anybody who is we can say speculating and say, this is a bunch of trash and these guys are just making it up. I dare you to go and find Victoria there. Are you going to be there?
Every day. Well, not every day. Every Sunday.
All right, so I dare you to go there and speak to her yourself. You don't believe me? You don't believe the show? Fine. Go visit her and you make your own conclusions. Victoria, thank you very much. All right? So we're concluding the show right now. As our bad habit of the day, we did finish late. Yes, again, we did it late.
Sorry.
But it was for a good cause. It was for a great cause. We have any other comments?
I have here Tracy saying hello from Texas, can't wait for the 21 days to start. And also Brenda Guerra saying Shepherd, Texas, and a bunch of hands like this. So I believe she's excited.
All right. Now, I want to make just one last comment here. And this is for the guys that don't care or don't believe in doing this whole 21-day fast. And you even did it before. You did it, but you and me, for as much as you don't want to agree with me and you might refute this idea, you have to admit the only reason why it didn't work is because you didn't do it right. So for you guys who don't do it right and want to blame something or blame somebody else for the reason why you haven't found that fulfillment yet, I just ask you one thing, please, and mark my words, remember what I'm going to say. Don't kill in others what has already died inside of you. If you don't believe it, don't ruin it for somebody else who's trying it for the first time. If you came to that point that you said, you know what, I did it, it didn't work, and this thing is never going to change, and I'm always going to be like this, and you want to wallow in your own misery, that's your choice. I can't make choices for you. But please, seriously, don't kill in other people what has already died inside of you. Instead of doing that, make that part that has died inside of you, that little faith that you had that you're just throwing it to the side, try to make that thing work again. And do the fast this time around the right way. Tomorrow is the day before the fast, and on Thursday, we're actually Wednesday night into Thursday, we already begin. So we're going to have a special program here every night, and we want you to be a part of that. Okay? So without further ado, we finish here the show, and we'll be back here tomorrow at 10 p.m. Live from Miami, Florida. Thank you so much, and don't forget the guys out there in Opa-locka, the school in Opa-locka, we're going to be there tomorrow morning with Ray and his testimony. Thank you very much for your time and attention. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Situations in my life, situations in my life got me crying out to you. Situations in my life make me want to be like you. I don't want to be like me. It's enough. The situations in my life make me wanna change and be like you. Oh, situation. I wanna be like you. Oh, situation. Situations in my life. I want to be like you. I want to be like you. Situations in my life. I want to be like you. I want to be like you. Situations in my life got me crying out to you. Situations in my life make me want to be like you. I don't want to be like me. It's enough. The situations in my life make me wanna change and be like you.